Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tanya. I'm a musician, blogger, passive income and SEO specialist, and this is the second interview in a four-part interview series I'm doing throughout the month of October on essentials you need for your small business. The second interview I'm doing is with Elizabeth Henson. She is the founder of Messy Success, and she's going to be talking about her manifestation planner that she just put out. A planner she designed for her own needs, but is also going to be really helpful to those with creative minds who maybe don't like the structure of a traditional planner. She's going to talk about why she decided to make a physical product since everything she's done before has been online. She's going to talk about her marketing plan to sell that physical product, and she's going to talk about some of the surprises that came up while she was going through the product creation and marketing. And spoiler alert, she's sending me that planner to review. So as soon as I have it, I will get that review done. I think it's going to come out in early November. So make sure you watch out for that. So let's get into the interview. I'm here with Elizabeth Henson, and I'm so excited to be talking to her today. She's got a new planner coming out, and she's going to tell us all the juicy secrets behind creating a physical product. But Elizabeth, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so excited, Tanya. I loved when you came on my podcast episode and shared all of your amazing knowledge with my audience. And one of my favorite things that I noticed about you right away was your love for bullet journals. So I was like, I feel like we're meant to meet.
Yes, and a lot of people over here on YouTube love my Plan With Me videos. So this is going to be right up their alley. So can you start by just telling us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you ended up here with a planner?
Oh my goodness. So I started off as a wedding photographer and fell in love with helping other women start their photography businesses, but not teaching them how to use a camera. I just loved that moment when they realized they could actually make a living doing what they love. And I sort of just started dabbling in educating creative business owners. And at first, it was just photographers and women in the wedding industry. And now I coach all kinds of business owners, men, women, from just starting out, making their first dollar to $1 million companies. But the planner is a true representation of the creative mess that I am. It is under our Messy Success brand, which is the name of my podcast, the Messy Success Podcast. And I have big dreams to have a whole e-commerce brand around kind of the type B creative person that doesn't want a dated planner. They don't want perfect, clean lines. They might get a little anxious in around spreadsheets. I mean, there are those of us out there. And that's who this planner is for, is the type B creative that just wants to make a mess.
I love it. That's fabulous. And this kind of alleviates the need for bullet journaling because it's somewhat structured, correct?
Yes, but it has both because I love bullet pages. I don't like straight lines. So the planner has bullet pages throughout so that there's always that room to doodle, have stickers, whatever it might be. But it's the structure without structure. There are no dates, it's all non-dated. So, you can leave it for a couple months and come back and not have that guilt and shame that you've just wasted a planner.
I love it. And I'm right there with you. I don't buy ruled notebooks anymore. I either get
Yeah.
dot books or grid journals. So
Yeah.
tell me, what made you decide to create this planner? What
Oh
what
my
brought
gosh.
this to fruition?
So I have this pattern that when I try to take off work, I get a big creative idea and then I start jumping out of my skin to do it. And I had always kind of wanted to create a planner. I don't know why. It just was like this calling. I could never find the planner that I wanted as a creative person. So I just wanted to create the item that I would use. And when I was on maternity leave with my third child, I created it and I did it rather quickly in Canva and then sent it to my designer and was like, hey, can we, refine this and make this something that I could actually get in print? But I was so determined to get the spiral that makes printing a lot harder. So anybody that's listening that's like explored print products, I mean, Amazon KDP is so easy. There's so many amazing print on demand places, but the spiral adds a whole nother level. And of course, like when I get fixated on something, I'm like, it's gotta be spiral. So that part was a journey and just figuring out how to source it and how to create it. And I kind of did a print on demand situation after we launched it, after Anthony was born. And then last summer, summer of 2023, I tried to take time off again. And I'm like, ooh, the planner. And we designed a whole new iteration of it and learned how to actually mass produce it, which has been a blessing and a big project that now I have 500 planners in my house. So if anybody wants one, we have plenty in stock.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so I'm all about digital products over here, but I don't do a lot with physical products. So I'm excited to talk to you about this. Are there any surprises that came up along the journey other than getting it spiral bound was going to be a problem? Are there any other surprises with a physical product that caught you off guard?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the difference in the profit margins, this is like what nobody talks about. Like print on demand is great because you don't have to deal with having the products mailed to your house. They just get printed and they get mailed straight to the customer. But what I didn't like about that is I couldn't like personalize anything, like put my own wrapping on it or put my insert in it or a business card in it or anything. I mean, it just goes straight from the press to the person. So that part I was like, I'm like, I hand, digitally, but handmade this planner. Like I want them to feel like they're opening it up from me. So that was a little bit of a hurdle. The spiral was a hurdle. We did, like I said, get it launched. We use Lulu Express. So if you are wanting to print anything spiral bound, I do recommend Lulu. They're in Australia, but we were able to get the profit margin pretty healthy. I think about $7 to make, and then the person would have to pay shipping, and then we charged close to $20. So that was a pretty good profit margin. But when you can order in bulk versus the print on demand, you can get an even bigger profit margin. And I really just got immersed into this idea that I could master the SEO and land on Amazon when you search Manifestation Journal, which is a work in progress, but I am on the first page if you search Boho Manifestation Journal. Like this is where you come in with all the SEO juice. So there's been a lot of surprises on things that I thought would be easier than they really were, which kind of led me to, I had to go through the sourcing process before I could go through the listing process. So there's just been a lot of learning curves on what that looks like. And if I could go back, I don't know. I don't know if I would still do print on demand or not, because now I get to have this packaging with my branding and I can include stickers or anything I want to include. But, as is a lot of things in business, it doesn't happen overnight. And it's just been a beautiful journey. Disaster of a journey, but a journey.
I love it. And I love that you talk about putting that personal touch on it. I know for me, I tend to buy planner stickers. I have a problem. And there's something about getting that packet of planner stickers that has like a thank you written on it or your name written on it and a little freebie sheet in there. Those
Yeah.
little tiny touches or get something that's wrapped, they really make all the difference in the world and they elevate the product. There's
Hmm.
something about a product just being sent in a mailer versus a product that comes to you wrapped in tissue paper with a little note in that same mailer. It
Yeah.
makes it a totally different product and
Yeah.
it makes me want to recommend it to others.
Yes, that's so true. I mean, I ordered Jasmine Star's book Exposed like a decade ago, and I'll never forget that it came with this postcard size note that I don't know if she hand wrote it or if it was either way, it looked really personal and it felt like a note written right to me. And I was like, oh, this is so much nicer than just buying a book off the bookshelf. It really felt that personalized touch. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I love that. So now you have 500 copies of the planner in your house.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your marketing plan to sell
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I love that. So right now we are focused on really ramping up so that we can do a promotion around the new year because we know planners, even though it's undated, are going to be a hot, topic around the new year for Christmas gifts, those kind of things. But what we're really going to focus on is doing A of all long-term marketing. So activities like this, where we can really get that SEO long term behind it. But as far as my business and what's outward facing, like 2 week marketing campaigns where we go all in talking about the planner and see how many sales we can generate in a short amount of time, so that, we don't want to be marketing it year round. Like, nobody wants to just be constantly selling, especially when it's a $20 object. And that's what's really been hard for me, is like, I work with students who are paying me thousands of dollars, and those students need me, and that's where my energy is. And when I do a marketing campaign for the planner, it's like, okay, I'm going to make 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, and I love it. It's a passion project and it does sell, but it's all a numbers game, as you know, in business. And my audience is as big as it is. And even on the best day selling the planner, it's like I might make $100, selling 5 planners in one day or whatever it might be. So I'm really focused on how can we just continue to keep them moving, but then also doing kind of these really short, heavy hitting marketing campaigns where we do email list, all the social channels, maybe get some affiliates or influencers to share about it and use our Amazon link, all that fun stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm all about affiliate marketing over here. It is
Yeah.
my jam.
Yeah.
Um, and we're coming into planner season.
Yeah.
October really marks the beginning of it, but Hobonichi, I already have my 2025 Hobonichi cousin because Hobonichi has already launched. They've got him out. And to me, before I got into the planner community, I would have never imagined the popularity of planners and how early they launch. But I know that if I don't get the one I want right now, I might not get it in time for 2025.
Mm. Mhm.
So this is like the perfect time to start, getting it out there and start marketing it. Because, like you said, creatives, there may be tons of people out there who've tried the Happy Planner. They've tried Hobonichi. They've tried Clever Fox. They've tried, oh goodness, Erin Condren, all of them. And
Yeah.
maybe they like elements, but it's not just for them. And yours is that bare bone structure so they can make it exactly what they want.
Yeah, that's so true. You're so right. Yeah. I think we're going to do a campaign in November. Maybe Black Friday. I don't know. I always get a little squeamish about Black Friday because it's so loud. And then of course this year trying to avoid like election time for marketing. But another way I've thought about leveraging the planner is speaking opportunities. So I know you've probably seen authors who speak, and then everyone in the audience gets a copy of their book. I'm hoping to leverage the planner in the same way to kind of drive up that speaker fee, and then everyone in the audience, when I go speak, can get a copy of the planner and welcome gifts for my students. I mean, there's a lot of cool ways that we can leverage physical products that are not just in the form of sales.
That is brilliant, and you're absolutely right. I remember a time where I ended up in this video master class. My friend had signed up for this program, and in order to go to this big kickoff master class, she had to bring a friend, and I was the friend. So it didn't cost me anything. I was like, okay, I'll go to this. But they sent me like a goodie bag in the
Yeah.
mail. And you're right, it's those little things that really make the difference. And I doubt I would really even remember this video masterclass if it had not been for that goodie bag. So
Yeah.
yeah, it does make a difference, those physical products, and that's something nice that we can do for our clients to help them out.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned SEO. You
Mhm.
mentioned that you're ranking for Boho Manifestation Journal on Amazon. So let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
What have you tried so far SEO wise to get things happening?
Yeah, so the program I joined had like a done for you SEO situation. So the keyword that I basically research, it's really fascinating the way Amazon works. It's all keyword based, and you want to hit this sweet spot. Thanks, Luna. You want to hit this sweet spot that people are searching over about 3,000 a day, but under 20,000. So they really teach you to search for keywords that are in that sweet spot. So Manifestation Journal is about 6,000 searches a day, and it's about to go up because, like you said, planner season. But in order for me to rank, I have to essentially get people to search, find, buy. Like, that's the way Amazon works. Like, you can have the best keyword and the best description, but to actually show up when people type in that keyword, Amazon needs to see people are typing it, they're finding it, and they're buying it. So that's where it gets tricky, is like now I've got to do campaigns to get like my inner circle to go actually search, find, buy to get it to bump up. But with Boho Manifestation Journal, that one extra word has made it easier to be on the first page, but the search volume is not there. It's like 300 people a day are searching. So that's where we're at now. I'm like trying to overcome the hump of like, I don't want to just reach out to people and like tell them, please go search, find, buy. Like I know my people will support me, but it just feels like daunting, I guess. So I'm going to need someone like you to help me with like, okay, let's start ranking on my website, on other people who endorse planners website. Like how can I really do a lot of these collaborations to get the SEO juice that might not necessarily require Amazon? I could just sell it straight from my website, or use Amazon's affiliate program.
Oh, absolutely. So let's do a little brainstorming hot seat
Yeah,
coaching.
I love it.
Okay.
Yes, teach me the things.
So first of all, I jotted down as you were chatting, the keywords that pop out in my mind without doing any research whatsoever is manifestation journal for creatives
Mm,
and spiral bound
yes.
manifestation journal, because
Yes.
that is very specific to your journal that's going to differentiate it. And that
Yeah.
is something that you really wanted. Now, obviously, like you said, you want the link juice getting to your website. Well, great news. This video is going to give you some link juice because it is going
Yay!
to link the YouTube video to your website. So that's going to help. Obviously, those backlinks are so important for Google. And since Google owns YouTube, then that's going to help even further. So the more you can get in front of people talking and get backlinks, the better. The
Yeah.
other thing that I just preach on here is the power of a blog post,
Mm,
because blog posts are what people find when they are searching Google.
yeah.
So I would do some blog posts on manifestation and using a manifestation journal, and specifically talk about how to use yours, and then link
Yeah.
those two posts together. Because as people start, manifestation is a new hot button thing. I literally just filmed a video on manifestation the other day.
Yeah, because you read that book, right?
Yes, I've read the book, The Manifestation Wheel, and it has been just amazing with what it's done for me. And I did a video on it. People are Googling manifestation. It's all
Mm,
over TikTok, but you only get so much from a short video.
yes.
So they want to learn more. So if you can get that ranking, you know, manifesting for creatives or manifesting as a creative, and get as many of those little targeted keywords in there as possible, that's going to drive it up in the Google search rankings.
Mm,
Then you can put a direct link to your planner right there in both of those articles.
mm-hmm.
You can also interlink on the blog post on manifesting to a blog post on how to use a manifestation journal. Then in that one, you can also sell the manifestation journal. And at the beginning of that one, if you're new to manifesting, check out this article I did and link back to that one. So you've got this interlinking within your own website. So it
Yeah.
gives Google kind of like, for lack of a better term, a paper trail. It's not a paper trail, it's a digital trail, but it gives Google this little digital path. Oh, this goes here. And all of these websites are sending people here to this person clearly knows what they're talking about. They have authority, and this is what people want. So it's going to start pushing you up in the rankings.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have a question. I'm sure you get this question all the time, and like people ask me all the time too, but I'm asking it this time. So my website obviously is very much geared towards my coaching business. It's just elizabethhenson.co. I have already gotten the Messy Success URL. I think I just did messysuccess.co. Would you recommend, and I know like waiting is never the answer, but would Google be happier if I build out that Messy Success brand so that it really is geared towards the planner and other products that we're working on and the podcast as a whole? versus just kind of living on my coaching website that does have podcast show notes, but I'm not really actively like blogging for the sake of blogging.
Okay, so
I'm
this
like,
this
oh,
answer is complicated,
okay.
but I'm going to try to simplify it as much as possible. Yes, I think using that website with the Messy Success brand is going to be your end goal. That's
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
However, you don't have to wait on this specific thing
Okay.
because we're talking about 2 blog posts.
Yeah.
Those can easily go on your current website. Once your Messy Success podcast website is all up and you've got blog post on it, you can put those same blog posts on your Messy Success podcast and have a Messy Success website and have them in both places.
Okay.
But you need to syndicate the content, which means you need to have a canonical link. So the original blog posts are going to be on your website right now currently.
Mm-hmm.
When you republish them on Messy Success, make sure you use a canonical link
Okay.
to do that. It's not hard. I can show you or you can Google it. But that way it tells Google that this is content that was originally somewhere else. And it shows Google where that content originally came from.
Okay.
If you just republish it, Google will think you're plagiarizing yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why you use that canonical link. It's
Okay.
SEO, it makes it happy. Then you have the articles in both places. And you
Okay.
can continue to build out content on Messy Success that will continue moving in the direction of physical products or digital downloads or courses. I'm sure you have a ton of ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. I love that. The canonical link.
Yes.
Good to know. Okay. I feel like I had another question and I lost it. That was so good though. And that's, again, it's like these are the things that I, just like oh, I know what I was going to ask. The manpower, so like things that I want to delegate to my team, but also what are your thoughts on AI? Like I know everyone's kind of like don't use AI for long form, things like that. Do you have any specific feelings about it?
I love AI.
Yeah.
I have been using AI for years.
Mm.
I've been using AI since before ChatGPT exists.
Wow, cool. Okay.
So I'm old school AI. I
Okay.
think AI is wonderful if used correctly.
Yeah.
Don't just go to something like Gemini or ChatGPT and say, write a blog post on this, and then take that blog post and publish it on your website.
Yeah.
You want to read it first, and it's not going to sound human. Then you want
Mm-hmm.
to go through and edit it and put your own spin on it. I'm a fan of AI written, human edited content.
Got it. Got it. And you can make the profiles too, right? So that it really starts to learn your audience and words that you say a lot. I mean, I just recently learned something at a little workshop about, so you don't have to like talk to the robot from scratch every time. It can really start to build out your voice.
Yes, you can teach it to learn your voice, and AI is getting smarter and smarter. But even with it learning your voice, sometimes information is incorrect.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's still not quite there. The word moreover, for example. How many people use the word moreover in regular everyday language?
Right, right. And
It
ChatGPT is the treasure trove.
Yes, I literally and it's gotten better, but I literally used to keep a Post-it note on my desk with those AI words.
Yeah.
And then I would literally copy the AI content into a Google Doc and then do a control F and type in that word and find every time that word was used and change it. So
Yeah,
that's a
smart.
good way to like speed through it, looking for
Yeah.
those main words. But yeah.
So smart. So smart. Okay. Well, that all feels really good. Like I know I have a plan. It's just now I gotta like do the plan. I love the planner and my audience loves the planner, but I know like my intentions are really to like let this brand become bigger than me. My coaching brand will always be me and it won't really be worth anything, if I pass it down to my kids or want to sell it, but the Messy Success brand really has the potential to grow into something that's, sellable or worth something. So it's one of those like dreams I'm just chipping away at.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. And what you do is you just take that manifestation planner
Yeah.
and those blank slate pages and you just draft out your plan and start executing it.
Yes, exactly, exactly. I know, right? Like, just put myself in the student seat. You know exactly what to do, Liz.
Fabulous. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about your planner or anything new you have coming up?
Oh, I don't think so. I want to encourage, people that have thought about doing a physical product, just try. Just let the process be a little messy and imperfect. I mean, I'm not shaming myself or guilting myself that it's not flying off the shelves, right? Like I have an audience, I have a brand, and if that's the people that it sells to, or like I mentioned, I give it away to my students, it's still a project that is worth doing. And I know a lot of times these creative projects can feel like a distraction, but it's an outlet, right? Like we're all creators and it just feels so good to actually build something that I can touch with my hands because everything I do is digital. So, yeah. Thank you so much just for having me and having this conversation and giving me so many beautiful marketing ideas.
Oh, I'm excited about it, and I love to learn more about the ins and outs behind physical product creation. And if people want to find you and learn more about messy success, how do they do so?
Yeah, so my podcast is called the Messy Success Podcast. I'm on Instagram at Elizabeth.Henson. That's probably the two places that I hang out the most. And I would love for you guys to come say hi.
Awesome. So I will put all of that down in the in the description box below. And until next time, peace out.
Yay.